Welcome in, Scorpio. It's Ruby with Ruby's Lighthouse Tarot. I hope everybody's doing fabulous. All right, so guys, this is going to be your twin flame reading for April 2025. Timing is fluid, so whenever you see this reading, it could be meant for you, even if it's after the fact. Okay, so keep that in mind. Also remember that energy can be vice versa or interchangeable, Scorpio. So I could be talking about you, and you could be like, that's my divine masculine, not me. Okay, well, that's the way energy works, all right, especially between twin flames. So, guys, I'm going to get right into it for you. Okay, also, this is Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And so, I got the song. It's called Anthony's Song, and it's by Billy Joel, but it's actually the one, I thought the name of it was I'm Moving Out, but it's not. It's actually called Anthony's Song. So for all you young little whippersnappers who don't know who Billy Joel is, this was one of his most popular songs, I feel like, okay? So the lyrics, Spirit made me bring my iPad and open it up and say to you the exact lyrics that they want you to hear about this, okay? So it goes, it's towards the end of the song. And it goes, and I'm going to do my best interpretation. You ought to know by now, you can pay Uncle Sam with the overtime, if that's all you get for your money. And if that's what you have in mind, yeah, if that's what you're all about, good luck moving up, 'cause I'm moving out. And it goes, and it's that part right before too. It goes, you should never argue with that crazy ma. You ought to know by now. All right. So this is for divine masculine who is like saying to their karmic, I've had enough. If that's what you have in mind, and if that's what you're all about, good luck moving up, 'cause I'm moving out. All right? So they're on to this karmic energy. They've realized that this karmic is like all about the money, all about the status, all about what so-and-so down the street. I just heard John and Deborah. Okay? Think down the street. And they're like completely happy to live a facade as long as they can stay in their little moving up energy. And this divine masculine, I'm hearing for some of you guys, is already working, like doing multiple streams of income. And every time they take on something else, this karmic energy is like, okay, well, you're doing that, but I really need more. I need something else. I need you to do this now. I need you to take on more overtime. Now I need you to take on this. And this divine masculine had been taking it on, had been doing all this because they were telling themselves it's like for the betterment of the collective. It's for the betterment of the good. Or they felt pressured, like they weren't a real man or woman, divine masculine. It's not gender. They weren't enough if they weren't doing this physical action of giving and giving and giving and giving to somebody who was just a black hole, like I want, I need. And it's almost like they were spending it faster. Like every time this divine masculine was earning more money, then it was like it was just being gobbled up by this other person. Gobbled. Gob, 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 gob. All right, so my weirdness aside, I hope something about that made sense for somebody who's watching today, because it's supposed to be a very specific message, because this divine masculine is viewing this karmic as being crazy. You can never argue with a crazy ma. You ought to know by now, right? He's like, man, I should have known. I should have trusted my energy from the very beginning. I should have trusted my intuition. That is exactly what is going on with this person. Okay, so Scorpio, look at the bottom of this as I pick it up. And this card like got wet. Look at it, so messed up, right? And so it's like gobbled up. This other karmic energy is just like nom 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 nom. gobbling up everything that this divine masculine is bringing in. Okay? And they're realizing that now. Can you tell me a little bit more about the situation? I'm all jacked up because I'm feeling his energy. Oh my God, you guys. I just got the golden mirror. They were with a narcissist. They were chained to this. You guys, look at the chain. They were, possibly codependent of this situation up until now. Good luck moving up because I'm moving out. Wow, we're getting some tea today. Okay, what else did we get? So this might be you staying in, doing your thing, taking care of yourself. But I also feel like this masculine is starting to realize they want to take care of their space. It says night in your space, moment alone, partner's busy, free time, or mental vacation. They're like, good luck moving up because I'm moving out. And then they're just like, I'm going to make a TV dinner and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to have some time for myself. And they're probably feeling like now that they've made this decision, oh, look, the next one running. They're like running away. Okay. They were a codependent. But now it's like the way that it landed, it's almost like running away from this other situation now. And I think that they're making it real this time. Like I just saw a masculine sitting at a desk and they're like this and they're on the phone and they're talking to a lawyer. Okay, so it's like trying to figure out how do I divide this money out? Because they might be in a legal marriage, but they could also be in a business with this other person or something else. Okay, so let's get a little bit about you guys, because that's a lot for this specific collective that I'm reading for here for Scorpio. And I'm like out of breath. So this runner, it's like they cannot run away fast enough. Okay. Let's get a pop of love here for a little bit more. Ooh, Leo. Okay, so someone here in the situation could be a Leo, but I'm seeing this as you, divine feminine. They're watching you in some way. You're on some sort of stage. Wow. I just heard sophisticated beauty. Look at how this feminine energy here is presenting themselves. Magnetic, enthusiastic, outgoing, creative, romantic, leader, generous. I was used to being the central focus of everyone's attention, but your magnetism outweighed mine and I was insecure about that. So you're a different breed than this other person that they were with, the other person they were with. This was golden mirror type energy. So it was more facade energy, but there wasn't really as much going on underneath. And like you can just see this radiating area of energy coming off of you, divine feminine. And I think that initially they were pretty concerned about that. So it was on top of my mixed oracle deck. So I know that it was a separate card that I was supposed to pull, is gluttonous gossip. What does Mary, Betty Sue, and Mary Jane down the street think? Right? What does Mike at work and so-and-so from the bar think about my life? Let's everybody talk about it. And not only that, this other karmic was talking about it. And they were also talking, if they know about you, divine feminine, they were talking about you, right? You're turned away from this person, and this karmic energy, if they know of you, they were talking to other people, and this divine masculine saw it all. I just heard saw it all. So look at the bottom. What you don't see, one of the many things you don't see right now, divine feminine, is this divine masculine regrets the decision that they made, right? Because you're off zipping around, maybe riding your Vespa. By the way, I want one of those in teal. Okay. You're riding around on your Vespa. You're doing your thing. You might be with somebody else, or you might be having options and love out there. And they're like, OMG, I made the wrong decision. They feel remorseful. They see you happy. They're miserable. See it right there. And they can't move on. And they're like, well, there goes divine feminine down the street. Why? Why did I do that? I stayed with this. Right? And then they're just like, wait for me. Look, they're even the same size. You guys. Okay. Whoever's reading this can you please leave a comment? Because somebody was like stalking me with their energy this morning to post this for you guys. So, let's see. What character? Okay. What character is this divine masculine showing up as? We already know that you're showing up here as this Leo type energy. So Leos are really creative. They're really romantic. They're leaders. They're generous. They're kind. They're giving. And they're often on stage. They're often well known because their personalities attract a lot of people, right? But they can be a little bit jealous, whatever. Oh my gosh, guys, look, writer. I was asking what their energy is. They're writing you a message right now, guys. Okay. So they're crafting, it says a story, crafting, communicating, polishing, weaver of tales. They're getting ready to tell you exactly what happened. And they're having me put it beside this gluttonous gossip energy. And look, this is why. Community. They were gossiping about divine masculine. They are gossiping possibly about you, but they were talking about, things, right? What does it say? Unable to control, has an overwhelming need to share false or misleading information. Overindulging and overconsumption. Okay, and personal narratives that may or may not be true. So they're like talking to so-and-so. They're like, oh my gosh, guess what, Betty Sue? Divine masculine was doing this, and I asked him to get another job, and then he didn't do it. And I asked divine masculine, blah, blah, blah. Or they might be talking about you. And this divine masculine's like, that's it, I'm out. I'm moving on. And he's like writing a letter. Okay. What is this letter about? Why, am I asking? I'm nosy. Okay. For Scorpio, here it is. Crossing over, bridging the gap between your hearts with trust. They want to bridge the gap. And we got that yesterday or the other day for either Libra or Virgo. Okay, because I'm kind of doing these in order here. But I got that card the other day. Bridging the gap, bridging this chasm that's formed between you guys because of this third party. Okay? So they want to tell you about that. They want to tell you about that. Love potion underneath. What you don't see about this message is they want to open their heart to truly feel the magic of, I just heard, it says love, but my guide just said real love. Real love. Not this one-sided stuff. Not this facade stuff. Not this, oh, I'm going to be all over you and just show affection in public so other people can see how happy we are. Not that. They want something actually real. They want something actually sustainable. Okay? So let's get some tarot for you guys. Oh, I pulled this out, and right next to it was my other deck, and wouldn't you know what pops out? The Wheel of Frick Frack and the Wheel of Fortune. I was going to say potion. So it's a love potion related, right? So this masculine writing you this letter is not an accident. It is divinely guided. It is all part of this story for the future. This was always supposed to happen, that this masculine would be writing you this letter right now. And what's getting ready to happen is the wheel of destiny is cranking and everything is in your favor. Everything that's about ready to happen and is happening right now with this masculine who is writing this message to you, because I can't even say it fast enough. All right. So divine timing is here. Empress on the split with the 7 of Cups. It's all going to become extremely clear here for you guys. Can you give me one card overall for this masculine? Okay, so I just had 3 pop out. King of Swords, Hermit, and Queen of Pentacles, and then we have the Moon reversed underneath. This is something that was in the dark, something that could have been only behind closed doors, something that was barely illuminated, something that this person was like wrestling with, like not really knowing what step to take next, right? Looking at, and this is feminine energy with the moon too. Watching the moon, looking at the moon, thinking about divine feminine, thinking about what they're with. Like, and the reason why I'm saying that is because we're also getting Hermit. But in the reverse, look, Knight of Cups underneath. So this is about this love offer. In reverse, this is about illumination as kind of like the sun. The sun warms everything. It hugs everything within the reading. And it's like, that's okay. This is all gonna get better. The sun is coming out tomorrow. Okay? It's coming out. I'm hearing these birds chirping. Okay? What we got was the King of Swords, the Hermit, and the Queen of Pentacles. This person did go inside to figure out the decisions that they need to make about this other situation. Okay? Or you or both. I feel like this is the other energy, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, because that's who I'm discussing here. When I was getting that I'm moving out energy with the narcissist, it doesn't have to be narcissist, okay? That's just what that card said. But they could just be on the spectrum of, they could be empathy impaired, okay? And so even narcissism is a spectrum, okay? And so it's not necessarily diagnosable, but what I'm talking about here is this queen in the past, or the person that they're dealing with right now, the gossiper, the one that's all about money, 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 just falling out of her pockets and not being stable herself or himself, right? They're not the real thing. And this person's had to go deep, deep, deep inside to figure out what is. And that person is actually you. You're stable. You're outgoing. This Queen of Pentacles is also creative, like the Queen of Wands, right? But there's stability there. There's growth with the flowers there. There's beauty there. There's appreciation. There's someone who's focused on their own life and their own things that they have to offer. And this person sat in this energy for probably a while. And now they're getting ready to communicate. So they're writing to you, and they're writing and crafting messages to this other person because they're going to have to deal with both. But this King of Swords, if you look at this person, they're on this King of Swords is on the mountaintop. They're getting ready to jump. They're getting ready to take a leap of faith, kind of like the Fool. That's what it's reminding me of. But they're in mid-action now. And that's why I told you this person's getting ready to do it. Okay? So, yep, action on the split. I have the Chariot. This is the Emperor that drives the Chariot, and that's Cancer energy. So right now we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn heavy. We have Virgo again. King of Swords is air signs, so it's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Cancer, and then Wheel of Fortune is Wheel of Fortune is Sag energy, okay? So guys, coming in extremely fast towards divine feminine. Wheel of Fortune just came out on the split again with the star reversed. So like I was saying before, with that energy of you moving on with the Vespa here. Look, there's kids on this bicycle chasing this Vespa as well, which I'm seeing that. as an additional energy that just popped into me. But this is a delayed manifestation when it's in the reverse, because divine timing had to be right. Okay. Yeah, my God, you guys, as I was shuffling, I got the Wheel of Fortune again, and what popped out? Archangel Michael with Sag energy again. Archangel Michael, who transmutes the energy from the darkness to the sun coming out, like I was just talking about, like more confirmation here. Spirit is helping transmute this, and they're pointing me back to Wheel of Fortune because timing wasn't right. It took a long time for them to drop these walls here, but that is exactly what we're seeing come in. All right, so let's get, man, I'm like out of breath doing this reading, you guys. I'm gonna need a glass of wine or something after this. Okay, so messages, sorry. I'm like all distracted. This person's like, I gotta do this right now. Good luck moving up, cause I'm moving out. And they're like, I need a mental vacation. I need my space from this other person, but I have no time to waste here. All right, so let's get a couple messages. What does this divine masculine want to say to you? I'm scared to be vulnerable. So as they're writing you this message, underneath we have, I am working towards us being together. That's part of what they're writing about, but they're still nervous. They're still scared. There's something about this space between you moving on possibly, and these other options that is making them be like, oh man, this could really go bad with this jumping off the ledge energy I'm getting ready to do here, but without you, I'm in hell. And it says tower moment with the karmic, guys. I'm not lying. That's going on right now. What's underneath? My karmic is controlling me. And I don't have that many karmic cards in my homemade deck here, guys. This is part of what else they're going to say or energetically let you know, that they want you to tell them that you believe in them. Because it is what is going to allow them to feel like they can fully move toward you, okay? Because there's a lot of stuff going on with them, and they're just starting to regain their power here. And I feel like there's nothing better that you could do right now than to energetically send them energy. Throat chakra, okay? So they're getting ready to talk to you, but they're super nervous and they have other people trying to block things because this karmic energy is not going to go easily. I'm getting a very difficult person that, like, say they own a business together, or they're legally married or something like that, some sort of contract that they have with this other person. That other person is going to try to take them for every single penny. They will fight. They will probably get a nasty lawyer or whatever they have to do. Take it as it resonates. And they're going to try to strip this person of every single thing that they have. And that's why we have this divine masculine showing up in King of Swords here. King of Swords can be a lawyer. They could be acting like a lawyer, okay, specifically. But they're having to go into hasha, 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 like with their sword here. They're having to say what they mean what they say, have clear, concise communication with very little emotion attached to it, because they have to act that way in order to slice. They're showing me, what was it? Yeah, that addictions card where there was that chain. They're taking their sword, and remember, this is King of Swords, so it's showing up as arrows here because it's coming in messages in some way. So like wands are like messages, like online messages, that kind of thing. But they're using their sword. It's very difficult for them to do, but they're doing it anyway. To cut through all of that and to just be like, no, I don't actually want you. Yes, I am moving out. Please stop hanging on to my foot as I walk through the front door. Please stop talking to so-and-so. about our relationship because it's time for us to move on. I'm not going to be triangulated between these other people in your life anymore. No, 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 no. I'm done. And meanwhile, they're hoping as they run away, when they give you this communication, that you two can cross over, and they know they've hurt you, because in this card you can see how this masculine energy is coming to this feminine, and she's got her arms in front of her like, don't hurt me, please, right? And they're going to have to be very upfront with how they speak to you. Okay, so this is what I have coming in for you guys. This is possibly a specific message, so only take what resonates, you guys, and check out my playlist and my other videos on my channel for this go round for April, because I have a lot of them that are already out. Okay, so thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, Scorpio.